Yesterday, the key was to get into TCU's bullpen. Obviously, that worked out for you.
Yeah, not that guy though. That guy's really good. You know, he's been their closer. They've had trouble bridging the gap between starters and Perez. So we really didn't accomplish what we tried to. We needed to see more arms, but you know, fortunately, Darius comes up with maybe the biggest hit of his career, and perhaps when you look back on this, maybe the biggest win of the season to this point.
You went small ball at first, but it was an aggressive kind of play. Was that just trying to make things happen, you know, get into them, break their rhythm up some?
Yeah, you know, the bottom of the lineup, if we can just get those guys on base and make things happen and turn it over for the other guys, then that makes us a whole different team. So when Tevin and Austin Davis lead off with 2 bunts and get on base with nobody out, you just feel good about our opportunity to score right there. And that's been the identity of our team. You know, you just got to get on there, put pressure. I think the pitcher reacted to the pressure a little bit, got out of the strike zone, and that affected them later in the game. You know, they had to get them out of there in the 7th instead of the 9th. So, yeah, those guys getting on base were really big in the middle of the game.
Coach, why might Darius's homer be the most important hit of the season?
You know, you guys the RPI game, you know, and their RPI hasn't been good. You know, you can see how good they are. They played almost flawlessly this weekend. They hit, they played defense, and they pitched, and they played as good as they could. They're a really good team, and that's as good a team as is on our schedule, and their RPIs was in the 90s coming in. It's just a little bit of a flaw in the system, but that being said, if you lose home games to teams with bad RPIs, you take a big hit, you know. So that had a chance to knock us out of a lot of discussions if we'd have lost that game, but may the discussions continue at this point.
Brandon's hustle on the ground ball to force the throw to get Darius that chance, that was huge.
It was huge, you know, and had to yell at Brandon because the time before that he hit a ground ball down the third base line. The kid dove for and slid 5 feet and got up and bounced it twice and got him out at first. And we needed, with the game on the line, we needed his best effort down the line, and we got it. You know, those guys, those defenders know who's at the plate, so when the ball comes to them, they know they better hurry to get our guys out and just rush this throw and threw it high. So it was a big getting on base at that point in the game.
Looking forward, you know, how big of a win is this for coming up for VT on in the midweek, and then, you know, it's early, but for Kansas State next week and for momentum? Yeah,
you know, I just told these guys I feel really good about this one, but we got a lot of work left to do. You know, Virginia Tech has a really good RPI, and they got a really good team this year. They're pitching really well. We can't go down to Blacksburg, you know, still thinking about this one. In Kansas State, you know, the second half of the season, they've been as good as anybody in the league. So if we think it's going to be easy, then it'll sneak up on us. So we've got to take this momentum, this offensive momentum, into the next couple games for sure.
Sometimes just need big hits, big things like this to break out. I mean, you had some bad luck here. You had a overthrow that hits an umpire and keeps guys from advancing. A couple hard hit balls right at guys.
Yeah, you know, you need breaks. They've been getting them the last 2 games. They've hit a lot of balls with 2 strikes that just over Tevin, you know, or just over Marcus, or right between 2 guys, and they deserved it because they were playing well and they grinded out some at bats, and it was nice to see us get some of those today. And you need that, you know. Baseball's baseball. Not everybody's going to hit the ball hard every time, but you got to make the most of your opportunities, and we did.
Once again, grinding out at bats in the late innings turned out huge for you guys.
You know, these guys know exactly what I'm going to tell them when I come to the huddle. You know, we started off this thing when we lost the first 3 at Baylor. So it's just like being down 3-0 in a game. And then we lost the first one to OU. We were down 4-0. And we scrambled back, took the lead. Then they caught us, and we went into this game tied. It was a tie score. Straight up 10-10 in the league. So we just need to do what we do. We win games late. That's what we've been doing. So getting a late game win to put us at 11-10 with 1 series to go is, like I said, maybe the biggest win of the season.